With a break between our racing action. We're going to call on Andrew Scott, who we've caught at home. And Scotty, we'll just bring you in at this point. First of all, we want to focus on Queensland, and we did see Dragon Leap trial yesterday. Give us a report on the trial and what the reaction was from the jockey.
Well, good afternoon, Aidan. Yeah, look, we're really pleased with his trial yesterday. He trialled on probably close to easy ground there, and Michael said he felt good and he wanted to move on, and he worked up with good enthusiasm. In times gone by with him, he's just struggled in soft ground, and look, he said whilst he really wanted to do it and move on, he just said he is only just handling the ground, but. Look, there's Tofane to his outside there, so it's a pretty handy field that. And whilst he hasn't finished far from the lead, as you can see there, he's gone along on a nice rein. We haven't asked him to sort of crack out or do anything. It's just a matter of a bit of maintenance there, and just bringing on his fitness. So we were really pleased with the enthusiasm he showed, and it's really good just to see him back out there doing something.
Yeah, absolutely. When will we see him at the races next, Scotty?
Hopefully Saturday week, the 22nd. There's a 1,350 metre race, the BRC Sprint round Doomben, and that's the race we're going to hopefully kick him off on, and hopefully we get some good ground for him where he can really, let go and quicken like we know he can. So it'll be really interesting. So hopefully the weather plays his part so we can, crack out and have a good gallop with him. But certainly pleasing just to see him out there, moving on, pulling up really sound, and and pulling up in a manner that his fitness levels suggest that he's not too far away. So it's pretty exciting for us.
Yeah, the trial looked really good. Obviously, we've spoken with Lance O'Sullivan, and he's spoken about the Stradbroke being the main aim. What's the guide at the moment? How likely are you that you'll seal a spot in that race?
Oh, well, he would just about have to win next Saturday to even get himself in the field. He's a wee way down the list there, and he would have to win to just about get himself in the field. But look, there's lots of options for him if things don't quite work out the way we'd hope next weekend. So, and the main thing is we're getting a campaign back into him. After missing the spring and pretty much all of his 4-year-old year, it'll be just nice to get a couple of nice hit-outs into him so we can work on forward through his career, because I think he's only had something like 6 starts, so he's still hasn't had a lot of racing, so hopefully there's a lot of racing left in him.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw Force of Will in the Gold Coast bracelet on the weekend. What was your reaction to that run?
Yeah, well, look, she went over there after a wee campaign here of coming pretty much from her first start, trip to Wellington and back. Then she had a slight setback after Wellington, and then we took her through to Ellerslie, and she beat a tough field of special maidens there, and she tried hard that day, and then we popped her there in the vinery against the best of the best, and she didn't disgrace herself. She ran 6th, probably a little bit too far for her. Now you look back through time, and then obviously we're there, so we're committed, and then we've taken her down to Brisbane. She had 2 runs. She ran 5th in a listed race there in Brisbane, her first race over a mile, where she competed well, and then maybe she just came to the end of her campaign last start there on Saturday. Michael Rod said she was, she got a bit worked up in the gates, and that's not her. So it's just a sign of her probably just showing enough. So she's going to have a good break now, and she's still got a good career in front of us. So no, she's done a good job for the team.
Yeah, absolutely. And she didn't really get the rub of the green. She was in pretty tight quarters for a bit of that race, but she'll spell now. Obviously, we'll look forward to seeing her back as a 4-year-old. But you will have a mare around at Doomben this weekend. Spring Heat has accepted for the Bright Shadow over the 1,200 metres. How's she going?
Yeah, she's going well. Look, she races well fresh. That's one thing, and she hasn't had a run for a long time. On her day, she's very capable. As you can see there, she runs into a pretty strong field. Look, she's got a draw to aid her. But if she's on her best form, which we believe she's somewhere near, work there yesterday morning was really encouraging. Fitness levels are high. She's got a barrier draw to sort of give herself a genuine chance. So we've just got to hope she really brings her best form to the race. And if she does, a couple of those runs there in New Zealand, in a Telegraph form, well, they're close enough to say that she could be competitive. But the whole thing is hopefully she can just get a wee bit of black print and she gets a bit of Aussie black print before she goes to the broodmare paddock. But, she races well fresh and she's fit. So this is her chance for sure.
Yeah, exactly. And Michael Rod to ride from that handy barrier draw, like you say, of 3 on Saturday. We're hearing through, Scotty, that Charles Rhodes retired. Wow, that's brings the end what has been a terrific form. I remember his Manawatu Classic form and how well he's run in some of those top races, including winning a Chairman's and placing in a Sydney Cup.
Yeah, Aidan, he's just been an incredibly tough warrior for our team, over the last 4 or 5 years, and obviously taken Lance and myself and our team to many big races and some really exciting times. And you see him winning there as a 3-year-old. He came out and won as a 4-year-old earlier on, and and then he's. As a 5-year-old, he was running around in the Melbourne Cup. He ran third in a Sydney Cup. He ran third in a Metropolitan. This day in the Melbourne Cup. Well, these are some of the best stayers in the world, and he's down in the worst of it on probably ground that it was
and hitting
probably
the front
a little worse than he wanted.
Yeah, you're in front at this point. What sort of thrill must have this given you?
Well, I think it was just the most exciting part was just to see your name there on Saturday afternoon in the Melbourne Cup. It was it was probably my childhood dream to have a horse just to run in it, and I think I celebrated more that night than actually winning any other race in my life. But and to just take us on that ride, he was just an amazing horse, and he'd go out there and he'd try like Billy-O every time he went around, and even 2 starts back, he's run second in a Group 1 race in Auckland, and he's pretty deep the trip, and he's kept coming hard. We took him to Sydney in the Chairman's again, and he just had a bit of an off day that day. But man, he's been an incredible horse to train and sound, and and Diane and David, they were so loyal and stuck by us, and they love the. We've never met owners that actually love their horses like Diane and David, and to see the thrill that they get by him performing well is it's fantastic. So no, it was a wonderful ride, and we just got to hope there's another one like that in the stable. So we've got plenty of rising 3-year-olds, nice, really young ones. So hopefully there's one there, something similar to him. Actually, David and Diane have got a really nice Brazier. He's had a couple of trials. And he could be with Diane and David's luck, they have a fair bit of it. He might be the next Charles Road that'll come up as a good 3-year-old. So he's one to look out for.
Yeah, some pretty fond memories looking back on what has been a fantastic career, one of the real warriors of the turf, Charles Road. Before we let you go, Scotty, you and Lance have got runners engaged for Maramara Friday, Rotorua on Saturday. Can you point us maybe to a winner among the ones that were just showing up on graphically on Trackside at the moment?
Yeah, look, it's a couple of things. The Aero de Paris will sprint really well fresh. He's we've had a fair bit of rain in the Waikato, that'll bring him into it. Jackal Nuts, half sister to Ginger Nuts, she seems to handle the ground pretty well. We go up to on pretty testing ground there yesterday. Tiffin has gone the right way since she's had a one start for 1 win. Just whether she's going to handle it as deep as it's going to be. And it's a really exciting weekend for the camp. We've got Yoto Kumagai, the bear we call him. He's having his first ride there on Saturday and Friday and Saturday, and he's a kid to watch out for over the winter months. He's a 4-kilo claimer, young fella about 4 years ago, just walked in off the street, taught himself how to ride on the stable pony in the backyards. Now he's probably one of the best judges of pace in Matamata, got great balance, and just a kid you just want to see succeed because he's such a humble, hard-working young fellow, Japanese with that real never say die attitude. So we're really looking forward to Yoto having his first ride, and he will be a successful jockey in time because he's just got that attitude that
nice.
He wants to be good. So exciting.
Yeah, it is. I really appreciate your time, and best of luck to Yoto the Bear, who has his first ride at Matamata. Thanks so much for taking us through that, Scotty, and hopefully you've got success somewhere around Australasia this weekend.
All the very best. Thank you.
Andrew Scott joining us, trains in partnership with Lance O'Sullivan out of Wexford Stables at Matamata. Team's had a pretty successful season, and as you can see, not coming to the end of it just yet as well.